I learned my DNA profile was being traded online because someone left a comment asking if I was still cooperative. The listing included my full name, my blood type, and a childhood surgery only my parents knew about. I didn't go looking for anything like that. I was helping a friend track stolen credentials after a breach at his startup, following crumbs through sketchy forums until I landed in a private marketplace that sold verified identities. Most listings were boring: passports, credit histories, medical snippets. Then I saw a category called beneficiaries. Not donors, not clients, beneficiaries. Clicking it felt wrong, like opening a door in a dream you know you shouldn't. Each entry had a name, a short bio, and a status tag. Mine said active. There was a note about my college tuition being offset, and my mother's medical debt being neutralized the year she got sick. Those things had happened, but my parents had always said it was luck, a scholarship mix-up, a charity fund we'd never applied for. The comments under my entry were worse. People discussed me like a long-term investment, debating whether I was still aligned. One asked if pressure would be effective if I drifted. My hands were shaking when my phone buzzed with a text from my dad asking if I remembered the name of the foundation that helped us years ago. I called my parents and asked them directly if anyone had ever made them sign anything. There was a long silence before my mom said yes. She said it was after her diagnosis, when a man from a foundation showed up with paperwork and a check big enough to make the hospital disappear. The papers were framed as a donation agreement, full of language about goodwill and community stability. Buried in it was a clause about future contact. They were told it was standard. They were scared and grateful and didn't ask questions. I went back to the marketplace and dug deeper. The seller's other listings were all tied to the same handful of family names, old money names with wings on hospitals and law schools. These families weren't just rich. They were curating people, helping at key moments, then tracking outcomes. I messaged the seller from a burner, pretending to be a buyer, asking what cooperative meant. The reply came fast. It means they answer when called. As I was reading it, an email hit my inbox from a private domain, addressing me by a nickname only my grandmother used. It asked if I was happy with the support my family had received and suggested a meeting to reaffirm alignment. I didn't go to the meeting. I took screenshots of everything, backed them up, and contacted a lawyer who specialized in trusts and foundations. She went pale when she saw the names. She said these families operate like ecosystems, not conspiracies. Everything technically legal, everything deniable. The marketplace listing vanished within hours, replaced by a bland error page. The email domain stopped responding. A week later, a representative from a legitimate-sounding charity reached out, saying they'd heard I had concerns and wanted to reassure me that no obligations existed. He framed everything as generosity misunderstood. My parents begged me to let it go. They said we'd already benefited, that poking this could cost us more than we could imagine. I didn't sell the data. I didn't go public either. I locked it away. Life went back to normal on the surface, but I noticed things now. Job doors that open too easily, problems that quietly resolve, invitations that feel like tests. I don't know if I'm brave enough to burn the system that helped raise me. I just know that somewhere there's an index tracking whether I'm still worth the trouble.